In this section, we are going to see how we can install and configure Android Studio so that we can use it to run Flutter apps with the Android emulator. Now, just to be clear, you don't need to set up both the iOS simulator and the Android emulator to run Flutter apps. So if you want, you can just choose one or the other. However, in this course, we will be setting up an app to run with Flutter and Firebase. And in later videos, I will show you how to configure Firebase for Android. So in order to follow those videos, you will need to have a working Android setup, and this is what this video is for. So if we go back to our setup for macOS page, we can see a section here with Android setup. So we're going to go there, and here we can find a link to go and download Android Studio. So we're going to do that, open it in a new page, and in here we can download Android Studio. Now, for some reason, it's suggesting here for me to download the Windows version, which is not the one I want. So I'm going to tap on download option, and here we can find the macOS version. So I'm going to start the download for this, agree to the license agreement, and this will start the download. This is going to take a little bit of time, so I'm going to take a little break here and resume the video once the download is complete. Okay, so my download of the Android Studio IDE is now complete. So what we are going to do is just double click on this, which will extract the package. And then the next thing that we want to be doing, once this is complete, we'll give it a second. Here we go. So we got this window where we can take this Android Studio icon. And the next thing we're going to do is to take it and drag it over into the application folder like this. Now, this might also take a few seconds, so I'm just gonna pause the video and resume when the transfer is complete. Okay, so once the transfer is complete, I can head over to my Finder into my applications folder, and in here I can find the Android Studio that we just installed. So what we want to do is to double tap on this, and so that we can start it for the first time. Now, once Android Studio starts, it might actually try to find the Android SDK, and in this case, it can't find it. Now, in your case, this screen might look a little bit different, but in any case, we want to have the Android SDK installed. So here, we're going to tap Next, and it's going to suggest which version of the SDK is going to be installed. So in this case, it calls it API 28. So we're just gonna go ahead and see what these are all the packages that are going to be installed. So we're going to say finish, and this will then start downloading all the required components from the Android SDK. Now, this step might take quite a bit of time, so once again I'm going to pause the video and come back when the download is complete. Okay, so I've let the download complete and I pressed the finish button on the previous dialog, and now I'm presented with this window where I can see multiple options. Right, so our next goal is to install an Android emulator that we will use to run our Flutter apps. But in order to do that, we must first get to the main window in Android Studio. And to get there, we're going to start a new Android Studio project. Now, we don't care about this project itself. We just create it so that we can get to the main window. So we're just gonna leave all the details enabled like this. And we speed all the way through to the end, and here we complete the project creation. Now, once the project is created, we can see that the IDE is actually doing some work here, and in particular is downloading Gradle. So we're just gonna let it complete that task as well, and then once we're done with that, we will be able to proceed with installing the Android emulator. So I'm gonna take another quick pause here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so our project has now been created. However, if we go down here, we can see that something failed. In particular, we can read over here where it says failed to find build tools revision 28.0.2. So what we're gonna have to do is to tap on here, and this will do some additional installation on components that are going to be needed. So we're just gonna go ahead with all of this. So once again, it's going to download some more stuff, and this might also take a little bit of time. So I'm gonna take one more break, and I'll be back once this is finished. Okay, so we have now finished downloading all the additional components as well, so we can tap on finish to dismiss this dialog. And finally, we should be ready to go ahead and create our Android emulator. Because all the tools have been downloaded, I can see here that now it's trying to configure the project once again. So this might take yet a little bit of time. I'm not gonna keep you waiting, so I'm gonna pause once again, and once this is done, then hopefully we'll be on our way to create our emulator. Okay, so it's taken quite a while to get to this point, and I apologize for that, but I have to say all these steps are not really explained very well in the Flutter setup instructions, so hopefully having them all recorded for you in this video is going to be useful. Now we're finally ready to set up our Android emulator, and we're going to see how to do that in the next video.